All right, salute. Peace and blessings. Good evening. Welcome back to the Best of Seven Sports Talk. Seven Mitchell Jo is in the building. Yo, breaking news out of the NBA, man. This is so crazy. We got a couple things to talk about, Jo. What's poppin', fam?
Yeah, man, we got a lot to get through, man. We got a lot to get through.
A lot in a little bit of time, man. Let's get right to it with the breaking news today. Jo, I know you was at work earlier, but the Phoenix Suns have agreed in principle on a deal to acquire Oklahoma City's own CP3. Chris Paul is going to the Phoenix Suns. What do you think about this trade?
It's a good look. It I don't. We'll get into it, but I don't consider them contenders. But I think it's a dope move for Phoenix, more particular.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think they definitely be considered a playoff team. They was real gritty into the bubble last year. If you remember, they was playing pretty well. But I think CP3 will help them get in the playoffs, especially facing teams like New Orleans, them types of teams fighting for them eighth seeds. But yeah, I don't see them really going over the hump, and I don't understand this move, especially if Chris Paul had control over his where he went, because you know you're not
Well,
gonna win in Phoenix.
obviously he didn't have anyway. Um,
He didn't have a
I
no
don't think
trade
he had
clause.
him. I doubt it. I doubt it. If that was the case, he wouldn't be at Oklahoma City
When you
last year.
flip, now let's flip the script real quick and look at Oklahoma City as far as the Thunder, what they have done. This is what they have gotten since getting rid of Russell Westbrook and Paul George, and now CP3. They've picked up Shea Gilgis Alexander, the what's his name, Danilo Gallinari, Kelly
Hmm.
Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCoux, 8 first round picks, 2 pick swaps. Like Sam Presti is doing his thing in OKC. When
I
you
mean,
look at what they get in return,
as far as building um, draft picks, those players you named, I don't feel like those players you named
are
that they
any
got
threat.
in the deal was they just role players. I didn't hear all star in that, but it still was a good trade because CP would be 36 next season, and you got all that future for a guy that's on his last year on his contract, if I'm not mistaken. So, um, I think Phoenix just did a desperation move to try to satisfy Devin Booker. I'm not sure if he still would like to be there, but the way they finished in the bubble, and you bring in CP, that's a major thing. Because
Is that
if I'm
considered
not
a big
mistaken,
three to you? Him, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. Is that a big three, especially in the West?
yeah, it's a very good three. I wouldn't call it a big three, but it's right on the edge of that. I think DeAndre Ayton is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Check his stats.
Right.
I think the guy was like a 22 and 10 guy. So if he continued to elevate, and if Devin Booker get in that top five range, if he play on that level next year, they can make him win a series player. They make him finish top four.
We got the homie Muggy in the building. Muggy, what's poppin', fam? What you think about CP3 being traded to Phoenix Suns to play with Devin Booker and them?
Based on how they played in the bubble, I think that might be the missing piece. How they played in the bubble, it looked like they was trying to go all the way. So
Right.
I think we drop a few pieces that weren't necessarily those game changing pieces per se. Some solid pieces, but Chris Paul's IQ, his veteran leadership, I think is going to be great for the skill set of Booker and Ayton. And I think it's going to be fun for those guys to finally get somebody in the locker room like that. So, if they can kind of keep this whatever mojo they found in the bubble, if they can keep that going with Chris Paul, I think they'll be a problem.
I think this is good for Phoenix as far as the young players being able to grow and develop, learn from CP3. But what does this do for him? It confuses me because I'm figuring at this point in the game, especially when you look at Carmelo, D Wade, and LeBron, his guys, he should be ring chasing at this point at any expense. Now, I know it was going to be tough for him to go to LA because of his contract. But at this point, if you go from OKC to Phoenix, I would have just took less money and went and played with LeBron and them if he had any control. Like, I don't know if he had a no trade clause and he just had no control in this trade, or if he wanted to go to Phoenix. I just don't understand it.
I think he wanted to go to Phoenix. He had he even requested a meeting with them, and OKC allowed him to talk to them and everything. So I think this is a move he wanted. Why? I'm not really sure, but
I don't get it.
It definitely helps Phoenix.
J.O., what would you probably say, how far would they go next year in the playoffs? Would they make the playoffs first of all? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
It certainly would make the playoffs. That's no doubt, because Booker is a superstar. I'm still on the fence of them finishing top 4, but it's a lot of willing and dealing that's going to be going on in the next couple of days.
Right.
So it seems like, for instance, Houston Rockets, they're going to drop. Houston's like a top 4 team. So maybe they can fill in that spot.
How far you think, Muggy?
I take that back. I take that back. Well, go ahead, Muggy.
We'll come back to you. How far you think they'll go, Muggy, next year? Give or take, they healthy.
I'm going to be honest, sky's the limit. We got James Harden. He out of there. I think James Harden's going to be leaving the Rockets. So the Rockets are breaking up. They're not going to be a threat. Golden State, they back. That's going to be tough. But really, all I'm looking at is really Golden State and the 2 LA teams. I think they could potentially make it to a Western Conference Finals if they make a couple more moves with Chris Paul.
Wow. I think we doing too much now. Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals. Yes, you're definitely jumping.
Let me know. Am I jumping the gun?
I might have to talk to the bosses.
I was mesmerized by how they played in the bubble, man.
That's a fact. I think they was like 8-0.
They was going crazy.
Yeah, they was going crazy.
Oh man, I don't know.
If Booker could continue that, man. If Booker could play like an MVP, if he could have an MVP type season.
But J.O., you don't think CP3 should be ring chasing right now?
CP3
yes,
is high,
like 35. Look, yeah, he's making $40 million next year. Why? Once he play that out, then the following season he can ring chase.
But
I think it's going to be too late. Now is the time.
How is it going to be too late?
He's injury prone over the last few years. You know, he's had quite a few serious injuries that kept him out for a number of games. That's a factor too.
When you ring chasing, you at that age, you usually be like a third option. So he still have a chance to ring chase if he plans to play till he's like 40. Plenty time.
I don't know, man. I don't see no I don't want to be disrespectful because Phoenix is looking good. But for Chris Paul, I don't see any difference between the Suns and the Thunder.
Seriously?
Like, what are we doing here?
Devin Booker is the difference between the Suns and the Thunder.
But he's questionable because J.O. brought up at the beginning of the show, it looked like he could be on his way out of here. Right?
That I've been hearing rumblings. I've been hearing that
that's not
one of the NBA's worst kept secrets is Devin Booker wants out of Phoenix. That's per some sources on Twitter, but I'm not sure. That hasn't been confirmed, but it's looking shaky. So you're right. This could just be a stop on the road for Chris Paul. You know, like he's stopping in Phoenix, lets them pay his $41 million this year, and then he goes to take a discount to play with the Banana Boat.
This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, man. If y'all want to call up, Let us know what y'all think about CP3 being traded to the Phoenix Suns, man. It's been a busy day in the NBA. It's a lot of moves being made. Y'all know, so the NBA draft is Wednesday. Free agency officially starts on Friday, the 20th. Now, when we talk about top free agents, the free agent pool ain't that deep.
It's not.
Anthony Davis, Fred VanVleet, Brandon Ingram, Bogdanovich. Those are some of the top guys. And Whiteside. But it's not that deep. But speaking of the Lakers, it seemed like the team is collapsing, yo. Anthony Davis is going to be opting out. Rondo is going to be opt out. KCP just announced that he's going to be opting out. Danny Green got traded for Dennis Schroeder. Is it a possibility to y'all that Anthony Davis does not re-sign at all with the Lakers?
Yes, I think that's a very real possibility. We've been talking. Anthony Davis even, I want to say I might be misquoting. Correct me if I'm misquoting, but I believe he stated something about playing for his hometown in Chicago earlier this season.
Right. And Rich Paul is a businessman.
So, right.
You both are being highly disrespectful to LeBron.
I don't want to be.
Very,
I don't want to be.
Very disrespectful.
But
and
listen,
I'm not a LeBron fan.
But J.O., you brought this up. If he's to follow the format that LeBron James have paid the way through the past, he would leave L.A.
After a ring?
Yes, that's pretty much what LeBron did with D-Wade. Like, once you got the feeling that you know you're not going to get over the hump, like their whole team is leaving, it seemed like.
But y'all mentioned a name that's key. You mentioned Rich Paul. Rich Paul, he's run with LeBron and AD. How would that look? The AD bail out on LeBron, and he got the triangle effect with Rich Paul. That doesn't make sense.
It would look like I care about my client and him getting the most money.
No,
right.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
Which client would you
like
care about more, LeBron, your childhood friend, or AD?
At this point, Anthony Davis. I'm sorry.
Wow, you disrespectful.
I'm
Why
not.
you making me support LeBron right now?
Yo, it's crazy because, you're talking about an opportunity for Anthony Davis to go maybe to Madison Square or Chicago and run the city for like 10 years. LeBron is going to be out the door within 2 to 3 to 4 or 5. Like, how could Rich Paul just turn his back on that? Because Rich Paul ain't trying to go nowhere.
If I'm not mistaken, the Anthony Davis max would be more with the Lakers. I'm not sure how that goes right now, but we talking about LA. I mean, Chicago would be super dope if he went to his hometown. Chicago would have a few pieces, but no, you don't leave LA, a franchise like LA, to go start and do somewhere else.
But looking at when you look at all the moves being made, J.O., and then you look at your own team kind of breaking up, and you don't have a lot of pieces so far. Like right now, they don't look like no championship team today.
Nope. They got Dennis Schroeder, LeBron, and AD.
That's it.
Schroeder's better than Rondo. He's like a younger Rondo.
Yeah, but ain't no big three. Schroeder ain't no big three player.
But we need Rondo's intangibles helped us win the championship. What Rondo was able to do in the playoffs, Dennis Schroeder couldn't. I've yet to see him do that. When
He's never done that, ever.
To me, I thought Schroeder should have won
six man
of the year.
He was
I thought
great.
he got robbed on it.
He was great.
But you got to think future. I mean, I don't think Rondo could turn old overnight. You can't trust a guy that age.
Right.
They do need maybe one more piece. And KCP, he played well, but do you trust to give him like upwards to $15 million a year possibly?
Absolutely not.
That's the thing.
Absolutely not.
And I'm not mad at people going to get their money, but these guys know,
Let's
depending
be
on where they
realistic.
go, they're never going to see a championship round again. Why would you
Exactly.
leave so fast?
Folks feeling themselves, man. They see them dollar signs, man, and man, we just
If
want
you
to they fresh off a championship and feeling it.
if you're young and you got a lot of time left to play, I could understand you wanting to, test your feet. KCP, if you've been in the league for more than a handful of years and you just getting a championship and you got a chance to repeat, man, ain't no way in the world I'm turning my back on that.
Look, man, you gotta get paid, man. You
That's
want
true.
all these players to make these pay cuts. It's not happening. It's not happening.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like I think some guys are like opportunists at this point. Like a player like KCP, who we saw, we've seen him lay multiple eggs throughout the season, and just throughout the bubble. Quite frankly, same with Kyle Kuzma, and they're demanding these large paydays. It sounds like, hey, look, I just won a championship, so now I'm worth the max. I don't know.
You want to tell you why KCP is out of here?
Why?
Because they have Caruso. That's why he's
That's a
gone.
fact.
But he didn't play
He's
that
trying to
great in
get
the
his money in the
postseason.
process too.
Caruso
To me, he
played
didn't play
very
that
well.
in the postseason.
He played, yeah.
Caruso was an X factor in a lot of games in the bubble.
He was.
His defensive intensity was
Now-
almost unmatched.
Mind you, fellas, Avery Bradley is about to opt out. Also,
I'm
Dwight
taking a nap on
Howard.
that one.
Also,
I'm taking
Dwight
a nap on
Howard.
that one.
Dwight Howard is up.
I would
They
keep
can
Dwight.
resign him. They can resign him.
Technically, JaVale McGee is up, but he said he's intending to opt in.
Yeah, he's smart. Those big guys are smart for sticking around. I hope Dwight Howard sticks around.
Here's the thing, though, Jo, because you talked about with being disrespectful to LeBron by saying AD should leave.
Oh,
Technically, LeBron has a player option after this year. So technically, this is LeBron's last year in LA if he won. So
No,
with that being
LeBron will opt out and he would get more money. That's what's going to happen. Same thing AD doing.
so it's an opt out, opt in situation.
It's opt
yeah,
out. to make
LeBron
more
does that
money.
every year usually.
Yeah, but again, Jo, I can't get over the fact that there's an opportunity for Anthony Davis to own the Knicks or own the Bulls coming off of a championship. I think that's bigger than running beside LeBron.
If Rich Paul wasn't his
Agent.
if Rich Paul wasn't his agent, I would agree with you.
Okay.
And if he wouldn't have came off a title, I would agree with you. If they would have lost in the finals, I think AD would have been gone. That's my opinion.
All right.
And
I think so,
now,
too.
yeah.
What you saying, Muggy?
I was saying, I was thinking that, AD was going to try this LA experiment out and see how it went. I think it's more likely that he stays, but I'm not ruling it out, that he's still young. He still got some time before he necessarily settles down. And I wouldn't be upset if he took the route of, oh, man, I just got one in LA with LeBron, man. Let me go do something for my hometown. If he took that sort of approach. I would almost like what LeBron did with Cleveland.
Right. Well, fellas, I'm going to let y'all go. I got to bust a move. I really wanted to talk about this James Harden thing, man. Hopefully tomorrow.
We'll be back.
Okay, well,
We'll be
hopefully
back.
tomorrow we
Trust
can
we'll be
tap
back.
into it because I really wanted to talk about y'all thoughts about him joining Brooklyn. And is this a good thing for the Knicks? Actually, I wanted to talk about this and break that down. So hopefully me, Jo, and Muggy can lick in tomorrow and shoot the shit on that.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, y'all be safe.